Hello again for this video. So for this video, we will discuss and explore other ways to create and import libraries that are already built into the system. So the first thing we're going to explore is what's already built in here in the Altium Designer environment. To access that, let's go over here to Panels, click on it, and then click Components. There we go. The Components panel will then appear. Now when we click this drop-down menu right here, we can see the different types of components available. We have options for audio, batteries, capacitors, everything is right there. For example, let's look at capacitors. When we click on capacitor, the available ones that we can use will pop up. An example of using these built-in libraries here in Altium Designer is, for instance, this 100 nanofarad component that we made. Then if we look here at the available components, there is also an available 100 nanofarad 50 volt component here. So there we can use that. To use the available components built into the system, we need to have a schematic document open. Since we've only created a PCB library and schematic library so far, let's create a schematic document now. To do that, just click on File, then New, then Schematic. As you can see, a sheet has appeared and its file extension is .schematic doc. So this is our main schematic. This is where we will place the libraries we create. Again, to use these components, the active window on your screen must be in this schematic document. Now let's just double click this. Once you double click it, you'll see it appears on your worksheet. Just click to place it. And it will automatically generate the capacitors. Then to cancel the command, just right click on the mouse. And now we know how to create a symbol using both the traditional way and the shortcut method, where we just look for it within the system's built-in libraries. The beauty of these built-in parts is that you don't have to create them from scratch. But I did notice that not all capacitors are available here on the Altium boot. That is exactly why we thought the traditional way. So what if a component isn't here? We can create it manually in the schematic library. Now we've already done a lot in our project. Let's check our workspace to see if it updated there. To view our workspace, let's just go up here to the upper right, click on this active server icon, and then click this button to open our workspace in web browser. There you go, it opened in a web browser, and if you look at the project section and click on it, you'll see our ESP32 project right here. This is the project we generated. Now that we've created our project and workspace library, let's explore what makes Altium develop such a powerful platform for PCB collaboration. Unlike traditional local projects, Altium develops stores your designs, libraries, and components in a centralized workspace, allowing your entire team to work from a single source of truth. It includes built-in version control so you can track changes, compare revisions, and restore previous versions without needing Git. You can also create managed components with approval workflows and lifecycle states such as draft, production, and obsolete, helping ensure that only verified components are used in your designs. On top of that, Altium Develop simplifies project sharing, user permissions, supply chain management, and manufacturing releases, making it easier for engineering team to collaborate efficiently from the initial design all the way to production.